They'll both need to skip that. They will both will have to get the Norfair Super Missile, which is at Gold Torizo. They'll both have to finish in Spring Ballroom. We'll need to collect 35 plus Power Bomb, which will be a majority of the collection, and we'll need to get Wave Beam, which is probably the freest out of these objectives. So yeah, both of them with row free. We already had one race. I think it was the... I'm not sure which race it actually was, where both runners got the same column assigned, and they actually also chose the same chosen row. So curious to see if they are actually going to end up with the same chosen row as well. But for now, let's embrace the Ceres station and look for some possible synergies, which is probably the same thing that our runners do right now. It's always interesting to see, usually in speedruns, people like to meme around a little bit, do some fancy wall jumping, some fancy interactions with Ridley, but in DAP you usually just see people just sitting there in the corner, staring at the bingo card, trying to figure out what is the best option to take for this one. Yeah, so a little bit of an explanation for column 5, row 1. It's like the amount of super missiles you have max, and the amount of power bombs you have add up to 50. So the total of both of them is 50 combined. I'm actually not 100% sure right now if it's allowed to go beyond that max. I think it is, but I would not bet on that. So for now, I'm just gonna say it has to be exactly 50, even though I would think it would be okay if it's more as well. Yeah, okay, it doesn't have to be exact, apparently. Thank you for the information. So JD with a little bit of a lead here in the early game. I'm pretty sure both runners are going to be utilizing Moonfall. There we go, just defend using his right now. So both runners using the Moonwalk here, I think. Oh wait, actually, never mind. I was really thinking BPS would use Moonwalk. That surprises me. I gotta have a little talk with him about that later. So, there are really two things, the main concerns here, for choosing the extra column or row or diagonal. You pretty much have to go everywhere anyways because of the 35 plus power bombs, and you have to finish a Meridia. And ideally, you never want to double dip either Norfair or Meridia or the wrecked ship. So ideally, you never want to have to go back there. So a single Meridia trip is generally favored here. Just in terms of what secondary road to pick here. BluePlasmaSpark here with his signature construction side escape. Just defend here with a ledge grab climb, making up a really good start here. Getting a good head start on his opponent here. With that early Moonfall and slightly better execution here. BPS going for the more traditional right side wall jump climb. And both off to Bomb Torizo, deciding to not get the criteria map station here. Which means JD is either going to get it later Same for BPS, it seems. Or not going for either column 1 or row 4 here. So that already tells us a lot of things. Well, actually, never mind. They might go for the Wreckship map station. That's actually probably a better idea, since it doesn't mess with your missile count and is quicker since it's one door translation less. So forget what I just said. That literally doesn't says anything that they didn't go to the Criterion map station. Alright. It's curious to see if either runner is going to go for an early gauntlet. I kind of doubt it, seeing what they assign to each other. JD going for the classic Brinstar start. And BPS about to finish off Bomb Teresa here, having to wait an extra drop round, and there he goes. I don't think Pongfish killing should be an objective. I feel like that's very rude. Oh, it looks like JD is deciding to kill these pirates with missiles here. That doesn't say a lot of things, but it is an indication for a possible early wrecked ship here for him. So we're gonna see about that. Just Defend, as I mentioned before, has been grinding out New Route a lot lately, so he is really good with an early wrecked ship here, so I wouldn't be surprised if that's what he chooses to do, since that pretty much makes a trip to Crate Slayer completely unnecessary. Very nice damage boost there. BPS also choosing to kill the pirates with missiles. And Just Defend not picking up a single extra missile here. Which makes it very unlikely that he's going for either column 5 or row 4 with the extra Brinstar missiles, or for something like column 3, row 2 tile. So no major missile objectives here for Just Defend, it seems, since these are very free early missiles here to collect. Just Defend getting his charge beam, locking out column 1, row 1, and top left, bottom right. And BluePlasmaSpark getting extra missiles. Well, getting 1 extra missile and an extra reserve tank. Alright. Alright, Just Defend, as expected, going for that early wrecked ship here. Yeah, Just Defend not choosing to do any of the collection here. BluePlasmaSpark now also getting his charge beam. Both of the players locking out that column 1 or row 1 or top left, bottom right. And Just Defend actually with a safety save here before he is going further up for the west to the wrecked ship. The Norfair Super Missile is at GT. There's only a single Super Missile pack in all of Norfair, and that's right above GT. It looks like BPS might also be going off. Yeah, sure looks like it. Alright, we got two potential early wrecked ships here. Just Defense setting up for the CWJ. Misses the jump. Sets up for the indoor backup. Is 1 frame early though. So, looks like he is not going for the bomb jump backup, but is going to stick to the CWJ here. And gets it very nicely. With the indoor setup, that second jump is actually also frame perfect, so that is a double frame perfect trick right there. So very nicely done. Just Defend making his way to the early wrecked ship here. BluePlasmaSpark also getting his early power bombs. And I'm sorry, BluePlasmaSpark of course collected the Brinstar reserve tank. Alright, let's see if Just Defend is going to go for that map station. Looks like he isn't. Might do that on the way back, which is only insignificantly slower, I think. And Beep's actually going for the extra powerbomb pack here. Interesting. So might be going for these 15 plus powerbomb for this 15 plus powerbomb tile. Has to be careful with the side hopper though, as it can kill him, but deals with the situation nicely. Just Defend here with his first round of Doppler, getting a slow. Maintains a nice level of health though. That is true, he of course needs 35. Which makes it a little bit more surprising for me that Just Defend actually didn't go for these power bombs early. Might have just done it for health maintaining purposes for the wrecked ship. Oh, and BPS looks like he is going to go for this early wrecked ship. Is going to take a health refill at the ship though, not bad considering he's at 36. JD getting a little bit low on health himself right now. Gets a good pattern though, so can farm up on missiles and life a little bit, and gets a very nice clean on the ghost. Good job. So now we're gonna see if Just Defend is gonna go for that map station, or if he's finally gonna abandon the column 1 or row 4 idea. Yeah, looks like he is. So neither of these rows for Just Defend here. Picking up left side wrecked ship supers. BluePlasmaSpark setting up for the CWJ. Just Defend also skipping right side wrecked ship super missiles, which indicates that he's not going for the 30 plus super missiles in the bottom middle. Playing it a little bit extra safe on health here, not a bad idea considering his overall situation, and the fact that he needs at least 120, as a safety 180 to traverse the bowling alley with his current items. Oh, I really like that strat by Just Defend here. Killing all these enemies with a powerbomb here, playing it safe, getting the drops nice and easy, and just has a safe way over bowling now. He can take 3 hits, but I'm 99% sure he will only take 2 here. Yeah, there we go. Getting over very nicely. In the meanwhile, BPS unfortunately still struggling a little bit with that CWJ. reloads the room here and aligns with the outdoor setup. Again, making that second wall jump from a 1-frame window into a 2-frame window jump. So giving him extra opportunity there. Now going for the indoor setup, but still struggling a little bit. And meanwhile, Just Defend, about to collect his gravity suit, and is pretty well set up in terms of suits then. Everyone in chat, please give BluePlasmaSpark your energy for this trick here. It is really not easy. Just Defend not even bothering with the refill at the ship, just heading straight through criteria again. And it looks like he is setting up for a Brinstar cleanup. And BluePlasmaSpark getting that CWJ, great job. Making it over to the wrecked ship. Very nicely done. I'm a big fan of Just Defend with that KO through Mushroom Valley. That's a nice little tech. Alright, I'm curious to see if BPS is actually going to be the one picking up that map station here. Nope, looks like he doesn't want the map station either. But is coming up on the Ghost now. Has the extra reserve, so a little bit extra leeway than JD had here. Still not an easy fight, but I'm sure BPS is more than capable of dealing with it. Alright, Just Defend getting his second E-Tank. And BPS with the accidental pause. Now that is not only a small time loss, but also allows Fantoon to generate a few very weird patterns that you wouldn't usually see if you didn't pause the game. So let's look out for that. Just Defend with his Idakun PBs. Using parts of his reserve tank there to not trigger everything at once. Can take one more hit now, but Fantoon is already pretty red. And Just Defend looks like currently only cleaning up those power bombs here in the Brinstar area. Looks like he's setting up for looks like he was setting up for Mission Impossible here. Don't think that is possible without high jump. Still a nice trick though, and BPS finishing off the Ghost, nicely done. And Just Defend probably just gonna pick up these remaining Retro Brinstar PBs. And then gonna head further down. Now, I'm not sure if I just missed it, but I'm pretty sure Just Defend did not pick up the beta power bombs in Red Tower, but I might be wrong there. I hope that chat might be able to confirm or deny that for me. It would be pretty weird if he didn't, because he has those 35 plus power bumps. But I'm pretty sure he didn't, so I'm gonna wait for chat on that one. BPS with a nice clip. In the meanwhile, Just Defend back in Criteria. Curious to see what he's going to do here, since he is obviously not going for extra missiles for the collect 25 plus Criteria missiles objectives, otherwise he would have probably gotten old Mother Brain missiles. But we'll see. That's a good theory. It's never a bad time to practice the climb. Oh, he's probably, yeah, there we go. Okay, so he's going for the Criteria power bombs here, which should put him at 25 power bomb packs. I'm not sure if Criteria power bombs is an objective here. I know it can be a tile, but it looks like it's not on this card here. So doing that bomb jump up there. In the meanwhile, BPS making it nicely for bowling. Good job. And Just Defend is up there, gonna collect his Criteria power bombs here. So it might actually be that Just Defend is gonna take the east route down to Brimstone now, and might be collecting the better power bomb pack on the way out, which would make sense in terms of routing, since it wouldn't lose him any time, and he had less risk before the wreck chip, and it looks like that's exactly what he's doing right now. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, the 15 plus power bombs. Forgot that was a thing. Thanks a lot, Chad, for reminding me about that. Alright, yeah, there we go. JD now picking up the better power bombs, which is gonna put him at 30 power bombs. Only one pack away from finishing off that 35 plus power bomb objective. In the meanwhile, BPS going back to the landing site might also be heading for these Criteria power bombs that JD got earlier with a bomb jump up the landing site here. And there we go, BPS starting his bomb jump as Just Defend is going down the red tower. Pretty confident we're gonna see him go down to Norfair first, as there is not a lot in Meridia that is off his desire. Most interesting is gonna be the fact if Just Defend is gonna pick up Spacer or not. It looks like he isn't, so no column 5 for Just Defend. Obviously cannot do row 5 anymore, since that would be a different finish in tile. And Just Defend going down. Oh, and BluePlasmaSpark actually going for the double bomb jump here. The triple bomb jump, I'm sorry. Way more effective than the single bomb jump. Way harder as well, though. We see we see BluePlasmaSpark dropping it, which is understood. Like, the timing on that is really way more difficult. Still, props to him for going for that to save that little bit of time there. And it looks like Just Defend really only wanted the E-Tank for... Well, I would suppose he was going for the 4+ energy tanks here. Gonna be getting his Ice Beam now. Oh, very nice triple bomb jump by Beeps right now. Oh, but missing that one right at the top. Falling all the way down there. Again, just the same as for CWJ, give Beeps your energy to make this possible for him right now. Alright, just defend with the Ice Escape here. Gonna head further into Norfair, I assume. Yeah, if either of the runners is going to collect Charge Beam, then I'm going to unmark the tile, but for now they both have it. Alright, there we go. Oh, and just defend actually going for the Nova backup here. Just as BPS is making it up to Criteria Power Bombs. Great job. Putting him at 15 as well. Alright, just defend now with that Bubble Mountain climb. Gonna be utilizing the waiver, the Frozen Waiver here, to make getting up there without high jump actually bearable. And it looks like he is heading to Wave Beam now. BluePlasmaSpark in the meanwhile doing pretty much the same thing that JD did before, just in different order, and is now gonna do a Brinstar cleanup, getting more power bombs. We see Just Defend really skipping everything he doesn't need here, not touching any of these missiles. I think he's actually still at a max of 15 right now, so really only collecting what he needs right now. Getting that extra Wave Beam, so locking out column 4 here for him. Apparently not going for that. That is right. They do need to collect Wave Beam. Thanks for the reminder. Alright, BPS now also on his way to the Edie Queen Power Bombs. Just defend getting Speed Booster. And just farming up here a little bit. I am still not sure what JD is going to end up aiming for his chosen row. Looks like we have a save here by JD, which might be indicating that he's going to head to Little Norfair soon. In the meanwhile, BPS collecting more Brinstar items. Unfortunately, only clearing out half of the tiles there. Gonna have to lay another power bomb, getting his second last Brinstar power bomb pack here right now. And just defend making his way into the Norfair. We'll have to do a high jump as gravity jump here. Oh no, actually going for the going for the Lava Spark here. Unfortunately misses the short charge, so we'll have to do the gravity jump as a backup here. Not particularly difficult. However, since he doesn't have Vario suit as protection, taking a lot of damage during the suitless transition here. And is down now. Alright. Alright, just event now with the green gate glitch. Getting it first try, very nice. BPS now also heading to Norfair. He did not get the Retro Windstar Power Bomb pack from what I can tell. So has currently one less Power Bomb pack than Just Defend has. Just Defend now heading to GT. Gonna be getting that Super Missile pack here in the ceiling momentarily, as soon as he defeats Gold Torizo. Alright, it's a very nice bomb jump here by BPS. Just Defend playing this fight very safe here. If GT kind of escalates and gets out of his position, this fight can get out of control really, really quickly, and he can lose a lot of health in no time. Getting the God super drops here, very nice. So Just Defend has to collect the super pack here, has to fight GT here, as the Norfair Super Missile pack is a forced objective in row 3. And since this is the room in which it's stationed, they will both have to do this GT fight here. Alright, Just Defend finishing off GT, will be sparking into the ceiling there, very nice. And is going to collect his Norfair Super Missile pack. Putting Just Defend at 15 super missiles, being either one power bomb pack or one super missile pack off of the collect X super missiles and 15X power bomb packs tile. And since he needs to collect one more power bomb pack anyways, this will be unlocked as soon as he gets that. Oh, and unfortunately, Goop sparking into the ceiling there. Just as BPS collects his speed booster. So what chat mentioned before, this top bottom left, top right seems very likely at this point. Has some good synergy, and I feel like both Just Defend and BluePlasmaSpark might actually be going for that, since they lacked a lot of missile collections, which is required for most other rows and columns. Yeah, Just Defend now already out of Norfair already. Gonna be performing a reverse lava dive here in just a second. And might be high-fiving with beeps here soon. Actually, probably not, but they're at least very close to each other. And I feel like BPS is really taking the same approach to this as Just Defend does. Very nice spark strat by Beeps there. Also, I'm sorry if I refer to JD, I of course always mean Just Defend. And if I say BPS or Beeps, I always mean BluePlasmaSpark. That's just these nicknames I'm kind of used to, so I hope you don't mind that. Oh, Just Defend going for the reversed route here through the spikes. Getting grabbed by the Yapping Maw there. Thankfully, with all his protection, doesn't take a lot of damage here. Alright, if anyone but CFB minds, then I'm sorry. Yeah, looks like BPS is also heading to Lower Norfair. Like Just Defend, taking the any % new route to Lower Norfair here. and not traversing Bubble Mountain like Just Defend did, who is just fighting Crocomire. Again, usual call if you have any Crocomire emotes. We should have Croc Z installed. Then please spam them right now. Oh, and BPS also going for the Lava Spark here, and he actually gets the short charge, but unfortunately Goop Sparks into the ceiling there. Still a good attempt. Alright, Just Defend killing Crocomire, getting his 4th E-Tank. Is now 3 tiles away from that bottom left, top right, and can get the power bombs in the back of Crocomire here, finishing off both the row 1 column 5 tile and the 35 plus power bombs for him, which would mean that he only needs to kill Dragon and then get to Spring Ball. Alright, BPS doing that little safety save there at the entrance of Norfair. Understandable with 8 health and a full reserve, I hope. Not too much energy here. Just Defend with a nice spark here to these power bombs. Is now at 35 plus power bombs and has 15 super missiles, adding up to a total of 50, clearing out 2 tiles at the same time for him. And and BluePlasmaSpark also with a first try Green Egg glitch, very nicely done by both runners. Excellent job here. Just Defend getting Grapple Beam, which is gonna be saving him from having to do an Ice Clip to Spring Ball. And BluePlasmaSpark actually collecting Screw Attack, unlike Just Defend. Oh, BluePlasmaSpark actually going for these supers early here. Gonna make the fight a little bit easier. Even though he will have a harder time getting Gold Chorizo into his initial position. He could also do a left side attempt, which works equally well as the right side attempt, but has no problem getting... Oh, and actually going for that special beam attack on on GT here, getting a little bit of extra damage in. Very nice. I like that creativity. I enjoy that a lot. That's some creative boss kills right there. That's why this game is so great, because you can do so much cool stuff with it. But yeah, while BluePlasmaSpark is putting up a firework here, Just Defend is about to be out of Norfair and is going to be heading into Meridia, which will be the final area Just Defend will see, assuming we are right, and he is deciding for bottom left, top right, which it currently heavily looks like. Looking at what JD did so far, he really didn't collect anything he didn't need. And seeing him getting these extra super missiles after the GT fight, I really don't see him not doing any other row than that. Yeah, the X-Factor particles deal very little damage. There you go. You have your answer in chat. It still looks cool, so I appreciate that. I think... I'm not sure who it was, but someone recently mentioned in the Super Metroid Discord that a big part of the reason why so many people run this is because it looks so good. And, well, that definitely was a sexy Gold Chorizo kill. You cannot disagree with that. And even if you do, you can't. I do not allow that. Yeah, Just Defend de-equipped his Ice Beam. making ready for an X-Factor opening here on Bottoon, and is then going to be heading immediately to Dragon. Alright, it looks like BPS is actually more business here to do in Lone Warfare. Not heading out immediately like Just Defend did. We actually got the high jump this halfy, very nice. Good job on that, that's actually pretty difficult. Alright, looks like BPS is going for the extra E-Tank here, putting him at 3, 1 away from the 4 energy tank tile. And Just Defend finishing off Dragon. Very nicely done. And now the only thing he has to do to finish off both bottom left, top right, and his forced row 3 is to get to Spring Ball. Now he will definitely want that space jump, not necessarily to traverse through the rest of the rooms, even though it definitely makes them faster. But if he doesn't actually get space jump here, since he doesn't have high jump boots, he would otherwise either still have to do the ice clip even with grapple beam, or do a very, very precise wall jump. So yeah, BPS going for the extra power bomb here, making up for the Retro Windstar power bomb pack that he skipped earlier. Now also putting him achieving for him the this tile here. Alright, I'm sorry. I'm apparently missed a few tiles. Row 5, column 4. Thank you. Row 3, column 2. Warfare Super Missile, thank you. Row 3, column 5. Wave Beam, of course, and row 2, column 4. No, he didn't get row 2, column 4 yet. He doesn't have 4 energy tanks. And I'm sorry. Apparently, yeah, sorry. Just Defend just now got his 35 plus power bombs. I'm 1 behind. There we go. Now he's accurate though. Right. BPS actually doesn't have 35 plus power bombs yet. Alright. Yeah, but we can for sure confirm now that Just Defend has his required ammo. Just finishing off in Shacktool's room. Again, I'm sorry for missing out on this. BluePlasmaSpark getting his Ice Beam. Again, Heverly looks like he's also doing the same thing that Just Defend does, who is just now finishing up the game. And deciding to not kill Shacktool, but finishing off in the Spring Ballroom, and getting a time of 45 minutes, 21 seconds, finishing off the game. Good job, Just Defend, for winning this race. Finishing up in honor by collecting, well, not collecting, debating us, and hiding behind the Spring Ball statue. Good job. So, BluePlasmaSpark asked if he has to forfeit. I told him he doesn't have to, and that he can feel to finish if he wants to, and it looks like he chose to do that, which I appreciate. I can see how people feel like it's kind of pointless to finish off the game if your opponent already got done, but it's always nice to see, like, you have this showtime. We have the speed gaming schedule booked, so why not take that time? And I'm really glad that it makes me actually really happy seeing that apparently both runners went for the same chosen row again, with the same forest assigned row. So that's always really cool. Well, that's also true. We have our leaderboards. Time matters. Oh my god, Beeps. Why do you do? Oh my god. You know, he does that knowing that I'm watching and that I have to be annoyed about it. So since we're apparently memeing now, the current agreement on this fish is that if it swims to the left side, it's my fish, and if it swims to the right side, it's actually Sephi's fish, so we both own it. Every other interpretation is wrong. Just Defend doing great justice, avenging me in my wrath against BPS and killing Shacktool. For those of you who don't know it, BluePlasmaSpark, for whatever reason, is a big Shacktool fan, so seeing Just Defend killing Shacktool here right now is a blessing, for sure. Alright, BPS now... Oh, has very little ammo going into the Splatoon fight here. We'll have to deal quite a few charge shots here. Yeah, I think we can mostly agree that Splatoon's hitbox isn't very great. I would disagree with the general opinion on it being the worst hitbox in the game. I would give that to Crocomire, honestly, but it's definitely up there. Alright, now this time I'm not gonna miss the title. BPS getting his 4th energy tank here. Well, only needs to defeat Dragon, get the extra power bomb in right side sandpit, and then he's done. I'm glad you appreciated Rumble. Well, maybe that's just objective with the Croc hitbox. I just sometimes feel like you fire right into his mouth and the shot doesn't do anything. Same with Crate though, honestly. Just the fact that you have like theoretically the hitbox should be a triangle, but it's more like a wall. Doesn't make it a lot better, honestly. I feel like Batoon's head is a little bit more generous in that sense. Though, to be honest, if we talk about non-bosses, the worst hitbox in the game is the ones of Frozen Pirates. It literally extends like 1.5 times the actual pirate. Oh, and BPS unfortunately missing that short charge. Still getting off the X Factor though, trying to get a few particles in. This fight with Speed Booster and no high jump is actually really difficult. I gotta admit that BluePlasmaSpark here actually had quite a big of a disadvantage against JD here. JD, as the ex-world record holder of low percent speed, being really used to that high jump to speed booster combo, really was able to deal with a lot of these situations really well. Gotta give him that. Like especially his Meridia execution was on point, really. And BPS were obviously with less experience in that, still getting off a really nice Dragon kill here. Good job on that. Now, BluePlasmaSpark didn't get... never visited the Crocomai area, did he? No, I don't think he did. Which means, in other words, that he will have to do the ice clip. Oh, and being a little bit low on energy there with the reverse full halfie. That was like a reversed halfie, I say. And looks like Just Defend is off to go. I had to guess what he's doing. I would probably guess any percent. But good luck, JD. I hope the chat is is already excited. I know BPS had to do a lot of ice clips lately and practice dabs, so I'm pretty confident he can get it in less than 30 tries static. I know my BPS. I know he's very good with these tricks. I know he's gonna get this within like 3 tries minimum. Quote me on that. Yes, Just Defend to collect Sandpit PBs were his last power bombs. Alright, and now BluePlasmaSpark is up for Ice Clip. There is a very nice setup that you can do to scroll the camera here, which he is apparently going for. Just needs to... It's definitely more difficult without high jump. Unfortunately, hits the scroll transition there. So if you manage to get up onto that platform and not hit the scroll transition like that, there we go, very nice. You're really close to that Puyo. And the idea is that you can pretty much release the shot as soon as you get damaged, making this from a frame perfect trick to a way more lenient trick. So you already got the camera scrolling. Now it's literally just a matter of releasing shot at the right time. But I'm sure he can get that in no time. There you go, gets the camera scroll again. And that's just a little bit too high. It's a little bit late there. Usually you do that without screw attack. I only know the setup by spin jumping into the enemy, which obviously you cannot do with screw attack. But we'll see how BPS does on that. There we go, that's the pixel. Now only needs to get up on that. Gets up on that. Oh no! Oh, and this reserve's triggered it too. That's unfortunate. Oh, unfortunately, scrolled the screen a little bit too much there. That's the really nice thing about Super Metroid, is that most enemies don't move off-screen, and you can do some really nice off-screen behavior with them. Of course, there are exceptions, and the exceptions makes this game pretty annoying at sometimes, but in most cases this game is really nice. It just gets weird when the game's inconsistent with it. Let's see. Get set up again. Waiting for the blocks to respawn. And that's a little bit too high, unfortunately. So there are... I cannot fully explain how this camera scrolling works, but basically there are invisible blocks that you cannot see, so-called scroll PLMs. Oh, that's it. He has it there. There we go. Good job, BPS. So there are invisible blocks in the game that are called scroll PLMs, and if you touch them, they activate a specific scrolling behavior of the camera. That way, the game is able to like do stuff like hidden passageways in blocks, which you cannot see at first, but as soon as you enter them, the camera scrolls with you. And by doing that method, you pretty much avoid touching that scroll PLM for the longest time. And as soon as you're actually up there, you didn't scroll enough so that the enemy is on screen. That's like a very rough breakdown. Don't quote me on that, but that's like the general idea. But yeah, BPS is now seconds away from his second place here. Sparing Shack Tool. What a champ. And finishing off with an official SRL race time of 58 minutes and 10 seconds. GG to BPS. Commenting on SRL, God, that was horrible. And his official comment is, I keep telling myself not to do early rec chip, what did I do? I gotta say that early rec chip really cost him a lot of time, but still props going for it. It was the better route indeed. And both of the runners making a really good job here, picking the same chosen row, getting the same tiles here. So huge props to them, great race. And I hope we can see more of that in the future. So yeah, that is it from this race. As you can see, Just Defend is still playing Super Metroid right now. While BPS is playing with his friend. Now, before we go, having a look at the calendar for speed gaming, which I actually don't have up right now. I know we have one more Super Metroid race tonight for this wonderful Friday night here, which is the 9 PM race on Speed Gaming 5. Yes, you heard right. Speed Gaming 5, Super Metroid at 9 PM. We have... Oh, we actually have 2 matches, I just see that. We have Andrew versus Kelcharge and Poplars versus Nentosta. And right now going on another Speed Gaming channel, we have Feral versus Crocomeyer. So make sure to check all of that out. On Speed Gaming, wait, no, that can't be right. Okay, so right after this, apparently, we have Fellow vs. Krokmeyer. And seeing this, and that we're already past this time, I should head out now. Thanks again for watching. My name's Pong. I'm sorry for the messed up tracking, and you guys have a great day.